Hi guys, how are you? So I'm here today to do a video on the holiday release of my shop, Second and Spruce. I mentioned in the Facebook group that when posting the final scent list on Tuesday, I would also include a little video chit chat. I figured I hadn't, connected with you guys in this format related to my shop specifically in quite a while. And because this is our first pre-order, I thought it was the perfect time to kind of like do a little chit chat, check in, maybe go through some items. Again, just because this is our first time. And again, always using the opportunity to connect with you all is always a bonus. So also wanted to do that as well. So that's what this video is about. Let me just hop right into it. So this Friday, September 1st, from 6 to 8 p.m. Is our holiday pre-order sale. If you see me looking down, it's because I have a few notes down here. I feel like it might be a little all over the place, but I'm going to try to stay somewhat organized. So if you see me glancing down, that's why. So again, the pre-order is on Friday, this Friday, September 1st, from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And the reason I'm doing it only for a couple of hours is because this is our first pre-order. I have no idea what to expect, you guys. The group has been growing. Seems like there's been a little bit more interest in the shop, and I'm so excited about that. Thrilled for more folks to try our wax. Really grateful, appreciate that. But I've kind of kept it to a 2-hour window only because, again, I've mentioned this a couple times on the Facebook page, but I do work full time. This is, a business, and I take it seriously as a business, but I also have a full-time job during the day and, a family and those kind of things that we're all juggling, right? So I know that you guys all can relate to that. So I just wanted to be realistic about what I could handle. So this will, again, be our first one. So I have no idea, like, how many orders are we going to get? Like, how much, how many oils for each scent do I need to order? I ordered kind of just like, again, flying blind. I kind of ordered everything that we need. But then I feel like because we're looking at an 8-week tat, and I'll get into that in a minute. There's time if like I get, so many orders for a particular scent and I need to order more supplies, there's time to do that. So, but I definitely have a lot of supplies. I think I have one more leg of supplies coming in probably tomorrow and Wednesday, and then I think I should have everything that I needed initially. And again, like I said, there'll be plenty of time to like quickly place another order after we know what we're working with after Friday, but definitely have quite a bit to get started. So fear not, we have a lot of supplies to get us started. Okay, so where did I want to go next with this? Okay, so yeah, 6 to 8. That's why I've kept the window sort of that tight, because this will kind of be our benchmark. Can we pull a pre-order off? Is that format going to work for us? I certainly, I want it to work because I want, everyone to be able to kind of have that sort of more leisurely experience, even though it's a 2-hour window, sort of have a more leisurely experience and not worrying about things jumping out of carts. I will tell you kind of like a behind the scenes. So the way the system works that I use, in order for it to register as a sale, obviously, I have to put in a number for each scent in each format that it's going to be offered. So I have to set a number. So I'm going to set the number high. But during that 2-hour window, I'm going to be monitoring the inventory. So if I see a particular scent kind of depleting pretty closely to where it's almost zero, then as long as, overall things aren't looking like totally crazy, I will up that number. So I'm going to be cognizant of that. I'm going to be watching that so that I can up that number before on your end it would look like it was sold out. If things are going so quickly and I don't get to do that because it's just like craziness behind the scenes, message me on the Facebook page, message me on my email, Erika@secondandspruce.com, and let me know. But again, I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to that, you guys. So I really don't even think that you have to worry about that, because I will be paying attention to that. And if there is an issue where it's like, okay, things overall are kind of like way, like we're that blessed that like we're getting that many orders, I would do a post to let you know, hey, like this scent's kind of running low. I don't know if we're going to be able to up it, that sort of thing. But again, I want it to be a leisurely experience for you. I want to do everything that I can do to make that happen. So I will be monitoring that. Again, I'm going to set the numbers high, so hopefully we won't have an issue. But I just don't know what to expect, you guys. So I'm just going to be monitoring that on the back end. Just sort of, it's more of like a back end system issue, which will also be easier for me to keep count. So if I mark it, like I'm just giving an example, if I mark something at like 100 of 1 cent, right? And at the end of the pre-order, there's like 2 left, then I know I sold 98 of that cent, and that's how many I have to make. So that'll be easy for me to track as well. But again, I'm going to set the numbers high. I'll be monitoring that. So fear not. If there is an issue, you will know about it. I will make sure to communicate that clearly. But again, I don't want that to happen. So I'll just be keeping an eye on all of that. So I wanted to mention that. The other thing I wanted to mention, and stay with me here, you guys, because again, I am working full time and I kind of want to, deliver for you guys on time when I'm saying I'm going to deliver. I would just politely ask, and again, this is just a request, that if you are going to order multiple of any 1 cent, if you can try to perhaps keep that to 2 of any 1 cent. Again, this is just a request, just for the overall sort of, way that this is going to work overall, like from A to Z, everyone getting what they want, everyone getting their orders on time when I say they're going to go. That's important to me, honestly, you guys. Like, I want to deliver early for you. In my original post about doing this pre-order, I said, let's just go with an 8-week tat, just start. So if you're ordering on September 1st, that's going to take us through the end of October. And so, we plan to be shipping you your orders the first week of November. And when I post this, I will outline the specific dates, okay? But I would love to get that done in 6 weeks if I could. Again, I just don't know what to expect. So I know that I don't have to say this, but I would just ask for patience and grace for this first one, because again, we do not know what to expect. We have, again, ordered as much as we think that we will need. I probably ordered maybe more, but I don't know, you guys. And like, they're not going to go to waste, trust me, right? We will use them, the materials, and the supplies. But yeah, it's just kind of like a weird situation we're in because it's the first time. So again, I know I don't need to say this. You guys are all so kind. You've been so lovely to us, so supportive, and we appreciate you all so, so much. But I just wanted to mention that if, again, this is just a request, that if you are ordering multiples, if you could keep it to perhaps 2 cents, that I will report these for you guys. If I will report any cent at any time, it doesn't have to be in season. So if I'm getting requests for, a cent out of season, I will pour it. Yeah, I just would politely ask if you can keep it to 2%. Just again, overall, just to be able to like deliver for everyone on time and make it as smooth a process as possible for everyone. Okay. I just wanted to mention also that most of the scents, and if you're in the Facebook group, if you're not in the Facebook group, I would encourage you to join if you do Facebook. I understand not everybody does Facebook, so that's why I try to do my posts for releases and such, or anything, anything new or fun that we're doing on multiple platforms. I typically post in the Facebook group. I'll even post on the main Facebook page, which is the public group, not the private group. I also will post on Instagram and sometimes on the YouTube. I've been trying to post on the YouTube community page as well. But they are mostly holiday scents, fall and winter holiday scents. There are a few options sprinkled in that are not traditional holiday scents. We also did a blend competition, so the top 3 blend competition winners scents are also included, and those were not holiday scents. The blend competition winners were I think they were all bakery scents, but they were not holiday scents. So that gives, a few more options for those that are not into the holiday scents. But again, I understand if you're not a holiday person and you need to pass on this, trust me, I get it. We appreciate you. There's so many great vendors in this community, and if you choose to shop with us and, purchase from us and spend your hard-earned money with us, like, I want you to like what you're getting. So if you have to pass on this one, I totally understand. When I say, I say a lot, like, thank you for supporting us. That means a lot of things. It just doesn't mean a purchase from us. If you don't want to get teary here, because everyone's been so kind to us, it's just just amazing. When I say thank you for supporting us, it doesn't mean just a purchase. It means, if you're on the Facebook page, if you just reach out to say hi and I love what you're doing. I my friends have been sharing all of these fun things that you've done, and just great job. I mean, just in anywhere, just to say hi, I appreciate that so much. You can't imagine how much that means to me, and it's just been so amazing. So thank you all for being supportive, and again, in many ways. That takes many ways, shapes, and forms when I say that. So again, mostly holiday scents, but there are a few options sprinkled in there. I think there's going to be 28 to 30 cents. Again, I try to keep it reasonable. I mean, I would love to do 50, 75, 100 cents, but with working, I mean, I gotta be realistic here. I want to give you guys what you want, but I know, in this community, there is a lot of great vendors, and everyone's purchasing from many different vendors. So I think between everybody, I think, you can probably get what you want, from all of the wonderful vendors in this community. So hopefully these 28 or 30 cents will give you something that you like if you're choosing to shop with us, and we appreciate that. So, and I'm always open to requests. And I've mentioned this, I was chit-chatting with somebody the other day. I'm not someone that's sort of set in my ways. Actually, when you give me feedback, I appreciate it so much because it only will make us better. I am not offended at all by feedback. In my professional career, my day job, that's everything. In that respect as well, I appreciate that so much. So I'm never offended by feedback. If it's a tried and true scent that's been around and people are loving, and of course not everyone's going to love everything, right? There's different noses out there. I'm probably not going to change that scent. I probably would not change that. If it's a brand new blend and, I'm getting some feedback oh, I wish I had a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that, I'm totally open. I have no qualms about changing a blend. There are things that I've done that the more it's cured, I'm oh, next time I'm going to reformulate that a bit. I mean, that's happened in the samplers that I just did. There's a few that, the more they cured, I'm oh yeah, I need to change this up, go heavier on this just to make it, perform a little better or whatever. So I take notes. I'm not perfect. We're new at this. So we're still learning, and, by you all giving us feedback, it just helps us tremendously. So I am always open. Please reach out to me with any feedback. We love hearing from you, truly. So, just wanted to mention that. Also something that I have never talked about before, And I sort of went back and forth on whether I was going to mention this or not, but I'm transparent with you guys. I'm going to mention it. So, because there are so many new folks in the group. So, related to shipping, we currently do not offer free shipping, but that is something that we want to eventually be able to do, and that we want to explore various shipping options. Right now, we're doing the shipping option right through the platform. It's just the easiest right now. But I think we need to look around a little bit, because if we can, save money, I mean, that's not like I would be passing those savings on to all of you, because that's not sort of how I operate. Like, I'm not going to, oh yeah, we're going to make, this X amount of more money. No, if we can save money, I'm going to be passing those savings on to you guys. So I think our shipping is reasonable. We're shipping at $8.60 across the board. But here's the part that I haven't talked about before. That $8.60 that you're paying for shipping, that's the price of what it costs us to ship a small flat rate box. If you get a medium flat rate box, we are absorbing $6 of the cost, so that we don't have to put that on you guys to pay. So we absorb $6 of that. If you get a large flat rate box, we're absorbing $11 of that cost. So the cost, in addition to the $8.60 you're paying, we're absorbing $11 for a large flat rate and $6 for a medium. And I never really talked about it, because I just it was just something that I wanted to do for you guys to keep the costs down. But because there's more folks in the group, and I have had a few inquiries about free shipping, and questions related to shipping, I want to be totally transparent about that. So anyway, so for now, we are absorbing some of the shipping costs to keep that down for you all. But eventually we hope to, maybe, I don't know, you spend X amount, it's going to be free shipping. That's the goal eventually. Right now, we're not at that point. But again, we are absorbing some of those costs for you guys. And then also, if someone, in the past, people have placed tremendously large orders, which we were super blessed for. So if you've placed an order and it's been multiple boxes, we've taken on the full cost for those additional boxes, and I have not passed that on to our customers. Again, I need to kind of look at that. I didn't feel right about coming back to people and saying, oh, well, your orders, whatever, taking 3 boxes, and so now I need to collect $8.60 times 2. Again, we've just absorbed the total costs when in those instances. And again, just sort of thanking you. So in some respects, I guess we have offered free shipping in some respects in the past in those instances. But again, I need to look at that from a business perspective, right? I need to look at that, reevaluate that, what makes the most sense, what makes the most sense, the business sense, what makes the most sense, for you guys, what do I feel comfortable with charging that's fair, and what I don't. So I need to reevaluate all that. Again, I'm not going to make any changes this year. If it did, it would be in the new year. But I just want to take some time, look at that. But I just wanted to explain about the shipping and just let you guys know that we are absorbing some of those costs for you, just to keep that down for you, and to thank you for being a valued customer for our shop. So I think that is all I wanted to share. So again, Friday, September 1st, 6 to 8 p.m. pre-order. I'll be watching that inventory to see if those numbers that I preset them at, each cent at, is dwindling down, and if it's getting close to 0, I'm going to jack it up as long as I can, just so it doesn't on your end look like it's been sold out. And I feel like that must happen to other vendors, because I've been in, again, I have my own shop, but I continue to support other vendors, not as much as I used to, but I love supporting other vendors. I love supporting other women. It's just fun for me. I love trying, everyone's wax. I kind of correlate it to, how, and again, I love our wax. I think we put out a good product, but you know how it is when someone else cooks something, it just smells so much better, or not smells. It just tastes so much better to you when someone else cooks something. That's kind of like how I attribute to, kind of how I correlate that to wax as well. Like that same kind of sentiment of, it's just fun to melt other people's wax, just like a change of pace, a different vibe, a different feel. It's like, oh, cool. Like I would have never thought of that. That's so unique and interesting that they did that combination. So creative. Like it's just like fun for me. So again, love supporting other vendors, and I will continue to do that. I'm just not in the quantities or as often as I had been previously. So again, I don't know where I was going with that, you guys. I lost my train of thought. But again, Friday, September 1st, 6 to 8. Oh, I know where I was going with that. Where I was going with that is when I participated in other sales, or pre-orders, whatever the case may be, RTS for vendors, I have seen people say, oh, this scent is marked as sold out. Can you add more? Da, da, da. So I'm assuming other vendors maybe follow that same protocol where you have to set the number at something, right? And if it's maybe a little bit more popular than you thought it was going to be, it may mark it as sold out. So I'll just keep an eye on that. I'll set the number high, but I'll keep an eye on that so that you don't see it as sold out on your end. So yeah, I think that's everything. Friday, September 1st, 6 to 8. I know I've been rambling. It's 21 minutes. Hopefully everything I said makes sense. I will post it with the details. Again, I just figured it would be easier to do a lot of this in the video versus like a long, post that you guys have to like scroll through. So you can just watch this. I'm sorry it's 20 minutes and I've been rambling. But again, thank you guys so much. I'm so looking forward to this. I will be honest, I am like a little nervous. Like I'm maybe a little bit more than a little bit nervous. Not a lot nervous because it's so fun for me. But I am a little bit nervous just because it's like the unknown, like how much it's more about the like, did I order enough kind of thing. And I think that my biggest fear is, did I order enough? And what happens if a particular oil is unavailable because it's, like it's coming up on holiday season and all these holidays suppliers or all these, fragrance oil suppliers, are selling out of things because it is the season, right? So I think that's my biggest fear. I hope that would not happen. I would obviously communicate that to you if that did. I mean, that would be a disaster. I hope not. And that's why on some of the scents that I thought would be maybe a little bit more popular, I did order large bulks of that. So again, this is really going to be a benchmark for us, you guys. We just do not know what to expect on any point, right? Like supplies, like time, like all the things, like we just do not know. So I know that you guys will be patient with us. I will communicate to you thoroughly through the whole process. I'll probably give it the bare minimum weekly updates on what's going on. Are we still on track? Any other points that maybe need to be brought up as I'm going through the process. I'll share pictures, all of those fun things. But yeah, I will be very communicative through the whole process, and I've been rambling and I just need to wrap it up. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions when I post this, of course, just reach out to me, make a comment. I'll be sure to get back to you timely. Yeah, just reach out with any questions you have. If I'm making no sense, tell me that too. But it's been great chatting with you and catching up. I'm excited for this very first pre-order, and like I said, a little nervous too. But it's gonna be great. I'm just excited for you guys to try them. I think the blends are gonna be really good. And I'll be interested to hear your feedback, but you guys know I'll be busting my butt. We all will be busting our butts for you. My niece is actually gonna come in and help me out on the weekends. And of course my husband, he's like the packing extraordinaire now. Like I taught him originally how to pack the boxes. So the lovely boxes that you are getting, a majority of those are packed by my husband, Slade. So the student has surpassed the teacher. It's funny, real quick before I let you guys go. some of you are, those of you that like do YouTube and post videos and, like take the time to do that. I know it takes a lot of time. I get that now, right? So the fact that you guys record a video, those of you that edit, post it, it takes a lot of time. So I appreciate you doing that when reviewing our products and doing hauls and such. So thank you. But when we watched a couple together and, he would comment, he was like, oh, I can tell you packed that box because it, whatever. Like he's very particular now about the packing of the boxes. So again, the student has surpassed the teacher. But I taught him well. So the beautiful packages that you're getting, or a majority of them are packed by him. I pull the orders and then he cross-checks and packs them. So anyway, it is a family affair. We love doing it. It's fun for us. We're bringing more of the family in the mix, just to kind of keep on top of things for you guys. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys. Again, comment, send messages if you have any questions about anything I've talked about. And I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. And I'm excited. Thank you guys. Take care.